What if I told you that a building's name could spark a decades-long battle over legacy and accountability? Let me explain. Earlier this month, Alabama State University made a decision that's reigniting debates about how we remember complicated figures in history. The Board of Trustees voted to restore Joe L. Reed's name to the university's iconic Acadome, 16 years after it was removed amid controversy. But here's the twist: this isn't just about a nameplate. It's about power, memory, and who gets to decide which stories survive. Let's unpack the basics first. Joe L. Reed, an ASU alum, spent 20 years on the Board of Trustees and helped secure millions in funding. His name stayed on the Acadome from 1992 until 2008, when the board suddenly voted to erase it. Why? Officially, they claimed he brought negative publicity by criticizing the administration and filing lawsuits they called frivolous. By 2010, the building bore the names of 2 football coaches instead. Now, in 2024, Reed's name is back, but hyphenated with those same coaches. So what changed? Here's where it gets juicy. Personally, I think this isn't just about Reed's legacy. It's about how institutions handle accountability. Let's dissect the 2008 removal. Was it a legitimate rebuke of his actions, or a petty power play? What many people don't realize is that Reed's lawsuits weren't random. He was fighting for equitable funding for ASU, a historically black university. The board's frivolous label feels like a convenient way to silence criticism. From my perspective, this mirrors a broader pattern where dissent is punished, especially in bureaucratic spaces. And the timing? Restoring his name now, 16 years later, raises questions. Is this redemption or damage control? One thing that stands out is how reputations can swing like a pendulum. In 2008, Reed was a liability. Today, he's a symbol of advocacy. What does that flip say about how we judge people? If you take a step back, this reflects a larger cultural shift, the reckoning with who we elevate in history. We're seeing this globally: statues torn down, names reconsidered, legacies reevaluated. Alabama State's decision is part of that wave. But wait, why hyphenate the name instead of choosing one? The new Joe L. Reed Dunoliver Acadome feels like a compromise. In my opinion, it's a way to avoid hard conversations. By blending past and present, the university sidesteps the messy reality that Reed's critics and supporters both have valid points. A detail I find fascinating is how physical spaces become battlegrounds for memory. That building isn't just a structure, it's a statement. Every brick whispers, who matters here? This raises a deeper question: can we honor flawed advocates without erasing their controversies? Reed's story isn't black and white. He fought for funding but burned bridges doing it. The 2008 board acted like his criticism was personal, not principled. But isn't pushing back against institutional complacency exactly what trustees should do? The irony? By removing his name, they turned him into a martyr. By restoring it, they admit they were wrong, but not wrong enough to exclude the coaches' names. So what's the takeaway? For me, this isn't about Reed alone. It's a case study in how power shapes memory. Every name on a building is a choice to amplify one narrative over another. Alabama State's decision tells us that legacies aren't static, they're battlegrounds where history, politics, and ego collide. And honestly, that hyphen? It's a cop-out. We need to get comfortable with complexity. Let's stop pretending people are heroes or villains and start asking, what version of history serves the future we want? What do you think? Should institutions revisit controversial namesakes, or leave history as is? Let me know in the comments.